Welcome to another exciting episode of Testify. You are with me, your host, Maria Macau. And today on set, we have an amazing and lovely couple here to share their story of victory. Thank you so much, Mr. and Mrs. Achebe. I hope I got that right.
Yes.
Yeah. So, Mr. and Mrs. Achebe, thank you for making time for us. Thank you and welcome on set.
Thank you.
I just want to know how you met. But before we know how you met, tell us a little bit about your growing up. Who are you? What do you do? And basically about your lives.
Okay, I'll start. I'm Achebe Bernard Kunguru. Yes, born again Christian. A graduate of Electrical Electronics University of Nairobi. Come from Busia County, that is. Yeah, and I work with Economy Solar Solutions. So that is basically who I am, and I'm married to this beautiful girl.
Yeah.
Yes, I am Winnie Achebe. I come from Siaya County, but was born here in Nairobi. I've grown in a Christian family. And I was born again in class 7. That was when I was very young. And I've walked into salvation up to now. And yeah.
Wow, all through since class 7.
Yes, I've been born again.
Wow.
Walking in the faith that I received. Yes.
That's really powerful. So how did you meet?
So I think I need to talk about it because I'm the one who facilitated the whole process.
Yeah.
Yes, I first knew Winnie. I used to love mission so much. And so I went for a mission in Garissa. And that is when I first saw her as a first year. But later on, I began seeing her in campus. And in the process, because I was in an evangelistic team called Western Outreach, things just happened. We began to meet. Yeah, she saw this preacher young man, passionate, and then in the process, I realized the passion that was in her. And I got interested.
Wow. So this time she's a first year.
Yes. A 5th year.
Wow, you couldn't wait.
I couldn't wait, yeah.
Sure. You're like, this one I must get her before someone else does. And so how did you go about, just wooing her and...
Yeah, in the process, she actually became my mentee.
Oh.
Yeah, she used to look up to me mostly on Christian issues. Yeah. And so after campus, in fact, I remember the date, 1st of September 2016. That is when I now decided to, no, I'm not going to wait. Yeah. I told her, you fit. Yeah.
You made your interests known.
Yeah, we can work together and all that. And so that is when I officially began to work close with her.
And probably, Winnie, what maybe, what made it tick for you when it comes to him? Why him? Why did you say yes?
So when I joined campus, okay, I used to have a passion for God so much because I was born again when I was young. So we know you're so anxious when you join campus. You don't know where you will land, the fellowship you will attend to. So he was one guy who used to love prayer so much. He used not to talk to anyone, but when you went to the chapel, you will find him. He was a man of prayer. And I remember he was our mentor. As first years, he used to hold very many people, bringing them up in terms of prayer. And one thing that attracted me to him as his daughter was the fact that he loved prayer so much, and that is what I loved. And the thing that drove me to him was, my mom was a prophetess. She was a servant of God. And there's a time we organized a service in our home church in Dandora, and he was the speaker, the preacher of the day. So when he came and preached, everything went like that. So my mom, after she had gone to the mountain, when she came back, because after all that time, she told me that when I was in the mountain, God spoke to me and told me, that guy who preached in our church in service, that is your mentor. And I wondered how, because one, I had never talked to him, we had never been close, and I used to fear him. You just know when you're in first year, there's a fifth year who has been in campus for all those years, and there's that big gap. So it took me a long time before, and I went and told him that my mom told me that you are the one to hold my hands and mentor me. So he just said, okay. It didn't bother him. He just said okay, and everything ended like that. But from that time, we began walking in the walk of faith. I mean, he held my hand. He was now there for me, teaching me how to do things, and we just used to pray, nothing else, meet and pray. And one thing that I loved in him, however much I did not just agree like that, but it took us a long way for me even to accept the request. But one thing that pushed me was that when my mom told me that he was my mentor, but finally everything now changed from being a mentor to
and now you're
forever
married.
And now we are married.
So maybe when you decided to go after her, was she still in school, or she was still in school? Like, when did the relationship begin after you left campus? Was she still in school?
Yeah, after I left campus, she was still in school, and it began.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then let's talk about the journey after now you started dating. How was that?
Yeah, dating, it was good, I would say, because both of us had a passion for the same thing. She loves prayer, she loves worshiping, and me, I do the preaching thing. So every time I got an opportunity to minister somewhere, I could carry her along together with other people. But I ensured that she went everywhere I went. And so, because we had a sort of a common agenda, it wasn't a struggle in our relationship, because we really focused on serving the Lord. Yeah.
Okay, so that was it. So you're still in school even when you're still accompanying him?
Yeah.
Okay, so fast forward to the time where now you decided, you know what, I can't wait any further, I need to marry this girl.
Exactly. Yeah. That is the beginning of 2018. I decided no. You know, as a young servant of God, I saw it fit, because many a times we've gone to places to preach, but people are quite skeptical when it comes to people who are just young men and they're passionate about God. You know, they really don't believe that you can be walking righteously. You are in a relationship and you're preaching the true Christ. And so I said, no, to clear up everything, let me marry her. I love her and I'm comfortable. Why wait?
Yeah.
And so that is when I blasted it to her that no, I want this thing.
Yeah, and I'm sure people are curious to know. Could you tell us a bit of the proposal? How was it?
The proposal was good. It was surprising. I can't just say where he proposed, but it's a funny thing. But when he proposed, okay, that was January 2018. So it was not, and to me it was like a dream. You know, I've been married at 23 years. To me, yes, I felt, you know, when you are a Christian, when time reaches, you will know. And within me, I had that conviction that it is my time. So when he came to propose, though I didn't say a quick yes, but in me, I had that conviction that it is my time. And so it was a yes. Of course, it was just a yes, because there was that deep conviction in me. And it was not easy, because one, I was looking at my age, and two, I was in another way, what made me say a big yes very fast was what he has talked about. We go in a place to preach. We are, both of us, we are in a relationship. This is a man, I am a woman. And however much you will preach so powerfully, however much you can be used of the Lord, sometimes the gospel is doubted in you. Like, they have come here, they have preached. How about where are they from? Are they in the same, are they living in the same house? I mean, where have you come from, you know? And so I thought it wise that however much I might look at my agency, maybe I need some time, I need to finish my school, I need to do everything, but I just said, one thing that moved me, and I told God, if it is your will, it is yes and amen. I rather die in your will, I rather walk in your will than any other thing. So that is why I said yes without arguing so much, because within me, it was the will of God confirmed very many times with very many people.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, I see what you did there. You tried not tell us what the story is, but it's fine. You said yes, and that's the most important thing. We're just going to let that slide. So moving on, the proposal has been done.
Yes.
So the next thing we're looking at is marriage. Let's talk about the journey of marriage, because I know that is where the story is at. Tell us a bit about the datings of your wedding and now what transpired as you waited for the day to come.
Amen. So after the proposal, that was on January, we began planning for the wedding, of which the wedding was supposed to be on 8th August, 11th August 2018, of which still it happened to be that date. But in the process of planning, that is January, we got into February, into March. We were doing the planning and everything was okay. Though when you're planning for a wedding, you become so anxious about everything. But what keeps us is we pray for it. So when we got into May, my mom got sick and she fell down. After falling down, she hit her head at the back, and there were some damages. In 1 week time, I remember I was in school, and when I heard that she was sick, I came back home. And we had gone with her the first visit when my mom was there. And the second visit, of course, we went also for the second visit. That was now the real introduction for now the wedding plans and all that. So when she fell down, and she was, the head was a little bit damaged. In 1 week's time, I was there with her, and we took her to the hospital. But before taking her to the hospital, I remember it was on a Tuesday morning, and I prayed for her because she was not talking. She was talking, yes, but with a lot of pain. She was in agony. And in that morning on Tuesday, I prayed with her, and I didn't know if there was anything ahead of us. After praying for her, the last word my mom talked was, after I held her hands and prayed with her, she told me one thing, that Winnie, come. One thing I want to tell you this morning is that you will do a wedding, and that wedding will be powerful and it will be glorious. Though it is going to be so difficult, it is not going to be easy for you, but everything will be well.
Wow. Yes. And I just want us to stop there for a while and take a break. This seem like the last words from your mom. They must have hurt so much. They must have been so painful. We'll be coming back. Do stay with us to just find out, did this wedding take place at the right time? What really happened? What was their journey like? Just stay with us. You want to stay here where you look and live.